What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Newcastle Liverpool post-match analysis video. And I'm so frustrated and annoyed at another really disappointing result and a pretty disappointing Liverpool performance, even though this performance was much better than the West Brom game, which was just shocking from Liverpool all around. This time I think the main problem was the midfield. I really hope that we don't see the Jones, Henderson, Milner midfield ever again. No disrespect to either of them, but Henderson and Jones looked knackered, and especially after Curtis Jones had probably his worst game of his career against West Brom. I didn't really understand why Jurgen Klopp played him again, because we had Shaqiri on the bench, we had Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench, Wijnaldum on the bench, and I mean, Jurgen Klopp also has to shoulder some of the blame, because his substitutions lately are pretty baffling. Bringing on a Shaqiri in the 92nd minute when we were crying out for a midfielder like him all game long, and or an attacker like him. He was brought on by in the place of Salah. Also bringing on Origi in the 90th minute against West Brom was also pretty baffling. And the midfield, I think, is the main part to blame for this result, apart from, of course, Salah and Firmino, who missed the sitters. But the midfield's passing is just too slow, too lethargic. When Thiago came on, in just 70 minutes, he did more than the other midfielders did for the previous 70 minutes or 75 minutes. And in 17 minutes, Thiago had more passes than 4 Newcastle players, which I think is telling you that something. And also, Thiago is by far the best passer of the ball in Liverpool, from any midfielder at Liverpool. And I think our main problem is that we have, of course, Gomez and Van Dijk out. Fabinho is taken out from midfield and he has to play in defense. And also Nathaniel Phillips, I'm sorry, but he just gave the ball away too many times today. And he doesn't look like a Liverpool standard defender. Yes, he can head the ball well and he's a solid defender. But at Liverpool, you need to be a lot more than just solid at defending. You need to have good passing. You need to also judge whether to hit long passes at the right moment. And Phillips just wasn't on his A game today. He just gave the ball away. And also it looks like Trent Alexander-Arnold is restricting himself from running forward too much because he has Phillips behind him. So he's not so sure that Phillips will cover his tracks, if you like. And I think that Liverpool's midfield also was too slow, too lethargic. We didn't pass the ball quick enough. We didn't pass the ball sharp enough. And Mane and Salah and Firmino just didn't have their goal-scoring boots on. And it's so weird. What on earth happened to this team? We scored 7 goals against Crystal Palace. And we all thought, right, Liverpool finally hit the ground running. Finally, Liverpool are in top form. Finally, Liverpool are firing on all cylinders. Let's go on a winning run. And then we play 2 very poor teams. West Brom and Newcastle, from a footballing style perspective, are incredibly poor sides. Well, 2 of the poorest Premier League teams. And we really should have beaten both of them, but at least one of them. And if we want to win the title, these are the kind of games that we need to win, because the problem is that the other big teams will beat these sides. I mean, Man United came here and smashed Newcastle 4-1 at a time where Man United weren't in great form, but they had 28 shots, 14 on target against Newcastle, and scored 4 goals. Today Liverpool had just 11 shots and just 4 shots on target. And even those 4 shots on target were enough. Even those 11 shots would have been enough, because Salah missed 2 absolute sitters. The first one, Darlow, again, he had a game of his life. How many times does this happen, that a goalkeeper has a game of his life against Liverpool? And it looks like we are back to the pre-title winning era, or pre-Champions League winning era, if you like, of Jurgen Klopp, where we just struggle against low block teams. I remember many seasons under Jurgen Klopp where we just couldn't break down these teams. But I thought that we were already past that. But because we have so many injuries, I think either Thiago or Naby Keita in midfield today, or even Oxlade-Chamberlain, or even Shaqiri, could have solved the problem. I don't get why Jurgen Klopp just plays three midfielders who don't really have the creativity and the sharp, quick passing. Henderson and Jones looked absolutely knackered, absolutely out of breath by the end of the game. And in the 4 minutes of stoppage time after 90 minutes, what was absolutely infuriating is that there was no urgency from Liverpool. We were passing it in midfield. We were passing it between the defenders, between the midfielders, really without trying to get the ball forward, without trying to hurt the Newcastle backline. And we just had 4 minutes left at that time. I just didn't understand this, honestly. And I think that Salah should have scored at least one of those two chances. Firmino also had some big chances. He had an open header where at the far post the goalkeeper was on the other side of the goal and Firmino just had to hit the target and it's a goal. There was nobody in goal on like more than half of the goal and he heads it wide. On another instance, Firmino heads it, Darlow heads it on goal, Darlow saves it, and Salah just this close to tucking in the rebound. Another instance where Darlow saves it, it hits Mane, it bubbles through on goal, Mane tries to step over the goalkeeper holds his leg like this. And VAR doesn't even look at it. What was that all about? Somebody tell me. If Mane falls over on that incident, I'm sure that we get a penalty and maybe Darlow even gets a red card. I think that was a penalty. Newcastle got very lucky today that Liverpool didn't have their shooting boots on. And now this is a major worry. Because since the first 3 games, Liverpool won their first 3 games in the Premier League. Since the first 3 games, we have won 6, drawn 6 and lost 1. And that is on average a 70-point season if you extrapolate that to a full Premier League season. What a major fall from the usual 97 and 99 point seasons, and we don't expect Liverpool to get 90 plus points again this season, especially with the amount of injuries we have. Now our form is so bad, and especially away from home, where Liverpool have just won 2 games away from home in the Premier League all season. We are in the bottom half of the table on our away record. It's absolutely shocking. It's unacceptable. And yes, that Crystal Palace 7-0 win was a fluke result. The only other team that we beat away from home is Chelsea. And you could argue that playing Fulham, playing Brighton, playing Newcastle are a lot easier games than playing Chelsea and Crystal Palace away from home. And we failed to beat those small sides. And if you want to win the Premier League title, you can't keep dropping points against these really bottom half clubs. And now we have a much harder task on our hands. We need to beat Southampton and we need to beat Manchester United. Those are the next 2 games in the Premier League for Liverpool. And it's absolutely incredibly frustrating that Liverpool now have 1 win in 7 away games. 1 win in 7. Yes, 6 draws and 1 win in our last 7 away games. That is not good enough. And as I said, we play Southampton and Manchester United next in the Premier League. And yes, we play Aston Villa in the FA Cup as well. And we really seriously need to pick up some form, because if Southampton or Man United beat Liverpool, then we will be in major trouble. We are already in trouble in the title race, but Liverpool have to sign a centre-back in January. Matip is out for 3 weeks, Jurgen Klopp just confirmed it, and Thiago being back is honestly such a boost for Liverpool, but Jota will not be back until February, and even though Matip will miss 3 weeks, he will miss a lot of big games. As I said, the Southampton, Aston Villa, Manchester United games. Those 3 games could make or break Liverpool's season. And we also play Burnley and then Tottenham. So those next 5 games are absolutely crucial before Matip will be back. So if Liverpool don't sign a centre-back in the first week of January, we are making such a major mistake, such a huge error. Nathaniel Phillips and Reece Williams are just young, inexperienced centre-backs. You can't expect them to keep delivering against seasoned professional Premier League players. Callum Wilson gets Nathaniel Phillips done on more than one occasion, and only Fabinho or Alisson saved us in this game. And yes, Newcastle also had chances to win this. So this is very, very worrying times for Liverpool. Let me know what went wrong in your opinion, and let me know what are your thoughts on this performance in the comments below. And thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.